My name is Linda, and I live in a suburb outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. I live with my husband, our cat, and our 2 golden retrievers, who we consider our children. I work full-time and have done so prior to my diagnosis and since my diagnosis. And my husband and I lead the local support group for myeloma patients and their care partners. I was first diagnosed with multiple myeloma in 2010 when I was 46 years old. I had never heard of multiple myeloma. I had no idea really what that meant. I didn't even really understand at the time how a blood cancer was different than a solid tumor cancer. It was very overwhelming at first, so you always hang on to the treatable part, knowing that there is something we can do about it. We went and had our appointment with my local hematologist. Within about a month, I started feeling much better. Prior to that, the back pain and the fatigue were just really overwhelming, and it was all I could do to really make it through the day. When I was first diagnosed, I thought, this is such a rare cancer. Are they really even studying it? And then I quickly learned that there's research going on around the entire globe, and also learned how much the researchers collaborate with each other, which I thought was, very refreshing and promising. My first relapse was really a surprise to me. Felt fine, felt great, was visiting my local hematologist, and he said, that my numbers had jumped significantly in the last 3 months and that we needed to get the myeloma back under control. I had become very involved with the International Myeloma Foundation, or the IMF, as a support group leader, and learned so much in that amount of time. So I wasn't really freaked out by the relapse, because I felt like I know there's options out there. We've caught this really early, and we can come up with another plan. It's always been important to me to be an educated patient. It gives me some sense of control over myeloma. Being educated about it, knowing what my options are, has made me feel better. I think it leads to better discussions with my doctors, because I have enough knowledge to ask questions. And I think doctors really appreciate educated patients and understand that there is a dialogue to understand where you are in your life, what's happening, how does that affect what treatment we choose. But I do realize how important it is to advocate for yourself, whether it's just in a conversation with your doctor. Anything that's part of the myeloma journey, you need to ultimately take responsibility for that, and I think it produces a better outcome. Today I am in a complete remission, feeling very well. I visit with my local hematologist and then with my myeloma specialist once a year. Multiple myeloma is a very unique cancer. It varies so much from patient to patient. So everything today is really just my personal experience, and I understand that it could be very different for other patients. My journey has been over 15 years at this point, so obviously some relapses and setbacks along the way, but always continue to have hope. Even with myeloma, I still keep up all of my hobbies. I do have some restrictions with my back that kind of limit some of these things, but I love gardening. I love growing plants and herbs and using them in cooking. I have always enjoyed travel, and recently my husband and I bought a fifth wheel RV and have started traveling around our region. Actually made 13 trips in our first year with our RV. We're able to take our dogs along with us, so it's one big happy family hitting the road, and it's been a great experience. Cancer patients, more so I think than people who haven't had that kind of experience, know how precious life is. We just made that decision that, this is how we were gonna pursue our life and our happiness and not wait for another day.